Hello, Stranger Things fans. Let's talk about what happened on Season 5, Episode 3, The Turntoe Trap. 3 storylines, like, all throughout the episode, back and forth. I'm going to talk about each one of them and say the best one for last. The one I consider to be the best mini storyline for this episode. Let's talk about Holly and Mr. Whatsit, a.k.a. Vecna, a.k.a. Henry. He has her in his house, his family home, in Hawkins, and she's eating food, her favorite food, playing with her favorite toys, and she wants to know how he knows all this stuff. He says, well, I've been watching over you, keeping you safe for the Demogorgons and that. I'm sorry I wasn't able to save your parents, but the time I got there to save you, it was too late. She understands, and she wants to know how her mom and dad is, if they're dead or alive. And he tells her that they're alive, but barely hanging on, but she can't go see him at the hospital because the monsters will attack her as soon as she leaves this house. So Harvey believes him. So he says he has to go save another kid that the monsters are planning to attack and bring her this kid here. Now, this kid that she has beef with, and she said, oh no, it's not Derek Turntoe, is it? And Henry says it is, but I know he picks on you in school, but I've also been watching over, making him make sure he's safe, and making sure people don't pick on him. And she's, oh, kids have been picking on him. He's like, absolutely. That's why he's bullying you, because he's been bullied. So he's going to go save Derek from the attack from the Demogorgons that's happening. And promises that once he comes to the house to stay here with Holly, and he said other kids will be joining us, all that, to everybody to get along. So Holly agrees that she won't get on Derek's bad side. Henry gives her one rule. Do not leave the house no matter what. If you leave the house, the monster's going to attack you. As long as you stay inside the house, you're perfectly safe. So he leaves. Gets his old top hat, brown jacket on, the pocket watch, and gets going out of town of Hawkins, known as Mr. Whatsit now, to disguise himself. And always, rummages through his house, big old house, finds old photographs of Henry and his family when he was a kid, before he got sent to that military asylum where that doctor had those 12 kids and used the powers and stuff, and Henry was one of them that went bad. Anyway, she's going through his stuff, like puts on his old beaver scout outfit and stuff. The doorbell rings. She answers it, nobody's there. There's a note left there, and it's from Henry. And it's a map into the woods. And he says, the house is no longer safe. Please head here. Stay in the area. Stay inside the cave till I get there. Sign Henry. So Holly thinks that it's a note from Henry. Gathers some supplies and heads into the woods. And she makes her way into the woods and she comes across the cave. Suddenly, someone comes out of the cave and it's not Henry. It's freaking Max. Max that's in the coma. I'm like, well, I was like, how can Max be in the coma then be alive out here? It's because I have a theory. I might be wrong. I'm thinking that this place that Henry, Mr. Whatsit, aka Vecna, has Holly is in the Upside Down. Because remember, she got dragged into the Upside Down, right? She's not in Hawkins. I say that she's in the Upside Down dimension. He's got that big old wall, right? I think behind the wall is his house. And Hawkins is peaceful, relaxing place. And the wall is separating from the evil version of Upside Down to this good version. And I think Henry goes here to be, back of his old self and that when he was a kid before he turned bad and got sent to the Upside Down. And I think this is his safe zone, his safe haven in the Upside Down. And that's why Max is there, because he trapped Max there in the Upside Down, her mind, I think. And Max is there to try to prevent Henry from doing whatever he's got planned with these kids, right? So I think he's going to choose one of these kids to become the next Vecna. In case his body dies, his soul could transfer to this next kid. That's what I think. Or he's going to build an army. Like that doctor is doing, right? With 12 kids, he's going to build his own personal army, I think. Of powerful kids. Like maybe Holly has powers we don't know. Anyways, I might be going off topic there. I'm sorry. But Max is alive in the Upside Down. Her mind is alive. Like I'm going to call her Astro form is what I'm going to call it. basically, projection. So that's why she's in the coma, and that's why every time 11 went inside her mind, it's blank, because her mind is trapped in the upside down, her physical body is in Hawkins. So she is trying to tell Holly, it's okay, I'm a friend of Henry's, please, let's go in the cave and wait for him to get here. And Holly is hesitant to go into the cave, and she takes off in the woods, and Max chases after her. That's how that storyline ends for now. Will, Dustin, Steve, the whole crew, basically, except Hopper 11, meet up, and they strategize on what to do. They talk about Will's new powers, be able to see for the eyes of Vecna, for the eyes of Demogorgons now. And they know that Vecna, as Mr. Whatsit, is targeting other kids. Will tells them. And Will's mom, Winona Ryder plays her, she's not happy that Will and Robert took off, but she understands, right? But she's nervous about him losing these powers because she doesn't want to lose any of her kids, Will or Jonathan, in this battle. So she's nervous about Will losing these new powers and is going to get himself killed, basically. And Will promises her he can learn to control them. Maybe this will end the fight against Vecna. And this way he can spy and see what the Vecna's got planned, right? Before they know what's happening. Like maybe like an ambush or something. And they can be prepared for it. So anyways, they're talking and they realize one of the kids is Derek from school. And Lucas says, well, my sister is best friends with his sister Tina. So they talk to Lucas's sister, and she goes along with the plan. So the plan is, they know from Will spying through the eyes of Vecna that he's planning on kidnapping Derek tonight at Derek's home. He's going to send a Demogorgon after him and drag him into the Upside Down where he took Holly. So the plan is save the Turtle family, and the second part of the plan is to shoot the Demogorgon with a tracker, so when it goes to the Upside Down, they could track it and lead it to Vecna's lair in the Upside Down to find out where he's at once and for all, to kill him off once and for all. So they come up with a plan. 2 teams. Team Nancy, Team Will, like I'm calling them. Team Will was Will, his mom, Robin, Murray. I love Murray. He's the comical effect for this season, man. He's getting supply, like he delivers, like, basically he's like where I'm at, he's like a FedEx driver, basically, a UPS driver. He drops off supplies to families and that, and for the military. But he sneaks in, like, grenades, stuff like that, rifles. And he's comical, right? He's going over the plan, and he elbows Jonathan. He's like, have you proposed to Nancy yet? And Jonathan's like, shut up, dude. No, I haven't. Steve's like, what was that? What I hear? And all this, and then Murray's talking outside with Jonathan. And he's with Nancy. He's like, dude, propose to her, man. Jonathan's like, dude, her parents almost died by Demogorgon attack. And Murray's like, well, that's the perfect time to propose, dude. Her emotion level's like sky high, man. She's gonna need some comfort, you know. He's comical, man. And then Dustin asks him if he got any of his bike parts, and he gives him sprockets and spockets. He's like, where's the bike seat and all this, the new brake pads and all that? And like, dude, look, I can only smuggle in one bike part at a time, okay? And Dustin's like, whoa, dude, whoa. Murray's like, yeah, so kiss my butt, man, and all this. So he's comical. Anyways, Team Will is Will, his mom, Robin, Murray, and Lucas is no, she's with the other team, yeah. So that's the first team. So their plan is they're gonna kidnap the Turtle family and take them to this farm that's abandoned and watch over them, while the other team, which is Team Nancy, I'm calling them, which is Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, Dustin, Will, Lucas, like basically the rest of the whole freaking crew, is gonna be set up at the Turtle family's house, set traps up, and attack the Demogorgon when it shows up after Derek kick its ass and shoot it with a tracker and then let it go and follow it into a portal into the Upside Down. So the plan to knock out the Turtle family is basically drug them. So Lucas's sister goes over and pretends to be all buddy-buddy with Derek's sister now because they were at odds in school, but she bakes her favorite pie. And the family lets her in for dinner, and everything's going good, and the whole family passes out for the drug that was inside the pie, like a tranquilizer. Except for Tina. She won't eat none of the pie. So Lucas's sister pulls out a needle. It's like, you could have done the easy way. Like, that's hilarious. Like, his sister, I'm sorry, man, but she's like badass. Like, she's got no problem stabbing Tina with a needle, inject her for tranquilizer, knock her ass out. I just love like the way her facial expression is. Like, you should have done the easy way. And then she holds out the needle with the tranquilizer dripping out. So Will's team takes the Turtle family, puts like potato sacks over the head so Vecna can't see where they're going, and takes off. And they go to the farm. While Nancy's team sets up traps, man. Like, they got barbed wire, they got spikes, they got water, like grenade-shaped water bombs with like actual like basically, I don't know, it's like some kind of fire bomb or somehow they made it. Will's got a shovel. Jonathan and Nancy's got shotguns. Steve's got a chainsaw. Dustin's got a drill. He's just got a drill. Lucas got a slingshot. That's about it. So they set up traps throughout the house for the Demogorgon. Outside, Dustin and Steve is waiting by Steve's car because his car is the fastest to chase after the Demogorgon. Steve and Dustin get into it while they're waiting. And so Dustin drills a hole on the hood of Steve's car to put like this tracking system up. He sets up. So Steve ain't happy. His brand new, like, fancy sports car is now looks like something from the Ghostbusters, basically, he calls it. So they wait patiently, and the Demogorgon attacks in the house, and it roams around, and it realizes that something's not right. And Will and them ambush it, man. They shoot it with the shotguns. They hit it with, like, the water Monte cocktails. Will beats the crap out of it with a shovel. And find one of the shots, Nancy hits it with the shotgun, and ejects the tracker and the Demogorgon. It's set on fire. It takes off through a window, and it's gone. So outside, Steve and Dustin get in the car, get ready to rev it up, chase after it. Nancy and Jonathan jump in. They're going to go with them. So they take off down the street, chasing the Demogorgon. And they lose, like, it's way ahead of them, right? Because it's moving fast. But not fast enough because it's badly injured. And they realize it's hidden towards where the barn is. And then it goes to Will's team. And Will sees through his eyesight powers the Demogorgon coming at where they're at. He tells his team, like, oh crap. What, they tased the Demogorgon with the tracker. He's like, but it's coming this way. It knows that Derek's here. Somehow it knows by I assume by a smell or scent that Derek's here. Derek wakes up, and everybody's shocked that he's awake. He's freaking out because he's like in this abandoned barn with his family. Like, what the hell? Like, last thing I remember was eating pie before I passed out, being drugged. And everybody's wondering, like, how is he up already? Because this drug's supposed to like knock you out for hours, right? So they're freaking out because A, he's awake, and freaking out. B, the Demogorgon's on its way there, and they ain't prepared for this because they were hoping that it would just take off back into the Upside Down. The last story I talk about is Hopper and 11. They're at that tentacle monster wall, I call it, with the tentacles and the monster eggs. Hopper is just taking his knife and just slashing at the eggs, and like, oh, this ghoul's coming out. And 11's losing her powers, and she's like tearing this wall, like a gap in the wall. It's like this, right? But it's resisting her powers, and it just closes up. So every time she tears it open, it just closes again. So she's low on battery, her power, so she needs to eat to recharge. Suddenly, army jeeps are driving by. Hopper's like, oh man, they're coming this way to do recon. We gotta hide, right? Because they're after 11, because of her powers. Military. She ain't moving. And Hopper's like, we gotta go. She can't move. She's literally frozen solid. She's shaking. She's frozen. She says, I can't move. On top of one of the jeeps is a satellite. And it's going around. The satellite dish going around, making a noise. Sound waves. Whatever frequency they're losing, it's targeted at 11, is making her frozen solid. Like, not frozen solid, but like basically she can't move. and news of Powers. So somehow they discovered a weakness of hers. So Hopper picks her up, and they hide nearby. The army guys show up. It was like 6 of them, with 2 jeeps, and they're doing recon. They're like, okay, look, the satellite dish picked up 11's signature. She's around here somewhere. So fan out. One of them sees the knife the Hopper was using inside one of the monster eggs. And he pulls it out. He's like, they're nearby. Hopper knows that basically they're going to be found, right? So he jumps up. He just opens fire. Empties an entire shot rifle clip on one soldier. Mows him down. Doc reloads. And at this point, 11 still... Like, she gets ready to help him. But as soon as that satellite disc moves around and targets where she's at, she's frozen solid again. So she like frozen solid, and basically I'm just one calling it. She can't move basically. So Hopper pulls her down before she gets shot by the rifles in the army, and he pulls out 2 grenades, folks. And he throws them overhead and blows up those army people into Kingdom Come. And then he damages the satellite dish on top of the Jeep. So her 11 now gets up and she's ticked off, right? That they discover a weakness of hers. And she makes those 2 remaining soldiers pay, baby. She flings one up into the wall, monster wall. She flings out one into the Jeep door with so much force, he goes flying, and that door comes off its hinges. So they decide to take one of the soldiers that's left alive for interrogation. They head to a junkyard in the upside-down version of Hawkins. So they got the soldier chained up into like an abandoned bus. They hide the military Jeep. There's helicopters and other Jeeps going around the upside down Hawkins where it's affected. So Hopper's like, we got a little bit of time before they find us. He said, if you're going to use your powers and enter the soldier's mind and find out what the heck they know, we got to get it done now. So 11 enters the soldier's mind, and she sees from his memories there's a military base in the Hawkins upside down version of the city. Like there's Hawkins and the upside down Hawkins. She's like, they actually got a freaking military base built in the upside down. And she said, how long has this base been here? We don't know. And B, why has Vecna attacked it, right? And Hopper's like, that's a very good question. They ask the soldier about the wall, the monster wall, the tentacles, the monster eggs, and he has no clue of what was the other side of that wall, and he's basically, 11 says he's telling the truth there. And then it shows for his eyes and memories the military base. And he sees this. They see the female Dr. K. And she's talking about how she wants 11 to experiment on her. And then she enters this room. And nobody's allowed in that room except for her. Whoever's behind that closed door is private, basically no trespassing. She's the only one that has access to it. So 11 basically presses the soldier like, what's behind that door? And he's like, I don't know. She sees the doc, then 11 somehow enters like the doctor's mind, somehow memories and that, and sees what's in the room. She can't see who's in it, but she knows there's somebody in that room. They used the exact same weapon, they just used on her to keep this person frozen still. So they can't use the powers. So she says, someone like me that has powers, they got, this person's chained up, they got tubes sticking out of them, whatever. She said, but I can't make out who it is. And the soldier passes out, or he dies, I don't know from which one it is. He just like flops over. So he's dead from 11. Basically going bonkers in his mind, because she was trying to like push through his memories and stuff to basically see who was behind that door. I think she killed him because she knew the powers way too strong there. Or he just passed out from the pain from her powers. So her and Hopper decide, okay, we're going to sneak into this military base. And 11 thinks it's Vecna. That's why A, if Vecna hasn't been seen. B, that's why he's not attacked this military base that's in the upside down Hawkins. Because they have him captive somehow. So they're like, well, if they got him captive and used that same machine they used on you to hold him still, we sneak in, we kill him in a business. I don't think it's Vecna they have hiding. Like, I have not read spoilers online, stuff like that. I just patiently wait to watch episode per week. Might watch the other one this weekend, though, I'm thinking. Because next week's Christmas week. And I want to spend it with loved ones and family. And then again, Christmas, the next second part of Strange Things Season 5 is coming out, so who knows, right? Might sneak in an episode there. Anyways, I don't think it's Vecna. I think it's somebody else they have in that room. And I don't know who it is. I have no clue, but I don't think it's Vecna. And I think when Hopper 11 gets to that base, they're going to open that room and they're going to be, oh crap, it ain't Vecna. It's somebody else. And what's Will's team going to do? Because Will's just got Robin, Murray, his mom. And that Demogorgon's hard on the coming right at him like full speed ahead. While Michael and them's back at the Turner house, recovering from the attack fight with the Demogorgon. Where Steve, Nancy, Jonathan, and Dustin beat the Demogorgon there and save Will's team. And what's Harvey going to do with Max? And why is Max trying to hide Harvey from Henry? And it shows scenes of the next episode. Henry can't enter the cave. Like, he tries to enter the cave to go after Harvey and Max, but he can't physically go in that cave. There's got to be a reason why he can't enter that cave. Now, within this video, find out who I got. Got two more little Stranger Things guys here. Let's pop them open and see who I got. So far I got Robin and Steve. Oh, I got... Who the heck's this guy? Who is this? Oh! I got Dustin. Nice. Giving the old thumbs up there. And his necessity is... a hat. Let's get a little hat on Dustin there. There we go. That's how he looks like with a hat. So, we got 3 new ones. Haven't got a duplicate yet. Grab this one for good luck. Let's see who I get here into the mystery blind bag. And it is... I got... Woohoo! What's this? Oh, nice! I got the Demogorgon with its mouth open. That's badass. I like that one. What's this? Hold on here, folks. It comes with something. It's hard to get out. It's plastic here, sorry. Oh! It's one of the monster eggs. Cool. See you there. There we go. Yeah, so I got Dustin and the Demogorgon. Awesome. So I got 4 out of the 12. Haven't got no duplicates yet. I got 2 more packs in my spare bedroom. So when I do the next episode, I'll open those 2 packages, show you who I get. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet, bye.